Shaq, may I do my big introduction?
Please do. Please do.
This man has played mayors, doctors, and also a grave digger. Trust me. From the stand-up to acting, he's one of comedy's greatest figures. I know you were nervous. He's made the Kangol hat a staple. The bank account has commas. The last thing you want is this man making jokes about yo mama from Atlanta, Georgia. He just celebrated a birthday. Dr. George Wallace.
Yes, hello,
Happy
everybody.
birthday to you.
Happy birthday to me. This is so nice. First of all, have we ever met personally?
No, but you talked about me bad at one of my shows one time.
I did talk about you bad. I used to talk about you in Las Vegas and used the cop pulling over to the car, because you talk so soft nobody can hear you. I used to say, is he in here? Is he in here? But this is an honor to meet you. When they said your name comes to you, you have no idea who you are. To me.
Me?
To me.
And I feel the same way about you, and I'm actually upset that I didn't know you lived in Vegas. Like, I'm looking over my notes. I've been living there for 30 years, and I always see the billboards, but I didn't.
So I had more billboards in Las Vegas than anybody else, and you never even came by the show. I ought to beat your right now.
You know what?
He said, you know what, if you can do it.
No, I'm like, no. Do I have permission to come to your next show?
Of course you can. You can come to my show anytime, anywhere I am, and I'm all over the world now. I went to Las Vegas for 30 days.
Okay.
Turned out to be 6 days, 90 days. The next thing you know, 15 years.
Wow.
And I'm so blessed because, I own the show. No black man has ever owned the show as long as I did in Las Vegas. I don't work for the hotel, so I went there, established my name in the city, and made that happen. And I thank God for Red Fox and Sammy Davis Jr. and Lena Horne for paving a way for me. I always have to say that all the time because they just did it all, and they had to go through the kitchen to work. And I just think if they were alive today, they'd be surprised to know that we're still going through that same damn kitchen. Everybody still got to go through the kitchen to get to the stage, but they paved the way for me, and I want to die like Red Fox and Sammy Davis Jr. They died broke,
Wow.
Seriously?
They died broke.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I just decided, if you die and you owe the government $800,000, $900,000, you did pretty good, didn't you?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
See, I'd be thinking. And they say the government came and took away everything. Hell, they were dead. They don't care.
Wow.
That's actually.
Do you remember the jokes that he made about you?
No.
Because he always says he loves if he goes to a show when a comedian just roasts him. And I was curious if you remember anything that you said about him.
I just said, Shaq, I was running for president, and Shaq said, didn't you say you wanted to be the sheriff? Sheriff, yes. You wanted to be the sheriff. Yes. And I said, I did that joke earlier about, can you imagine him pulling you over down on his knees up against your window? So what office? But all the wonderful things he's done. He's a comedian too,
No, I'm not.
He loves
it. You are too. You keep us laughing every night, man. We watch that show. I don't think TNT would be in business without you guys.
I agree.
And Chuck, he's a little off. He went to school with my brother Steve Wallace. Chuck did, and Charles did.
Oh, for real?
So my brother Steve Wallace, he played at Auburn.
Oh, okay.
Big tall guy, about your size, yeah. His head might be bigger than yours. I'm not sure. Ain't too many people got a head bigger than you and my brother Steve. Steve got a concussion. He used to wear 2 helmets on his head. And it wasn't from football. He used to be talking back to my mama, and she jacked us up.
She jacked her up?
Yeah, but it's still an honor. I'll never stop talking about I'm meeting Shaq.
Shaq.
So you've been doing comedy since when?
Longer than you've been alive. I've been doing comedy for 48 years, 1976.
So that's almost 5 decades.
Yeah.
Right there.
So how do you adjust with the new laws they have? Because one thing about you, you're very quick. You can just pull something out of like for example, watch this back and forth with him and Lavelle Crawford.
Lavelle Crawford, we're talking about barbecue. Look at him. Lavelle Crawford got some barbecue in his back pocket right now.
First of all, I'm glad George Wallace wasn't at the white party last night. That's dying his head. I thought he had a dead monkey on his head or something. I was like, look at George Wallace over there trying to act like he's 50-something.
That was the funniest I've ever seen in my life.
What?
You and Lavelle just going back and forth?
Back at the Oh, that was good. I was looking at him yesterday because I was just thinking, we were talking about barbecue and how much I like barbecue. And he was sitting out in the audience, and I said, Lavelle, I know he's got some barbecue in his back pocket right now.
Yeah.
And we start going back. As long as you roast me, I don't give a damn who gets to laugh. I'm the one taking the check home. You can talk about me. I'm kind of like you. Just drive it. I love to be the.
You both can take it really well. I feel like that invigorates both of you guys.
Because for me, it's just, I like, I know you're not serious. Like, if you're a comedian, it's 99% chance you're not serious. So,
And when you get around family, they have no idea what you're talking about. Y'all don't understand. They think we're crazy. But it's good being funny and sports, what they do. I'm pretty sure you're coming up with some. Don't you think, you're watching this Olympics, right? So I'm thinking they got to get rid of this damn fencing. With the fencing?
Yeah, the fencing.
Now, if they take the tip off that sword and then if you jab somebody, you see some blood, it might be.
I agree with you
like
on
that, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Raw Olympics. That's the pay-per-view.
Monday night.
Yeah, that doesn't come on NBC. That's that next
Yeah,
one.
that Olympics is so funny. And what's the other one? Curling? I don't know what that is.
I was just going to say.
That's bad, huh?
What is that?
So there is a target.
No, but what, for what?
You want me to explain curling?
Yes.
Well, you're the only white guy in here. That's all I want to do. You don't see no black people curling.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
slide it, and they use the brooms to create less friction to smooth it out so it can go over there, and then they try and land it in the middle.
They said
It's
that's
like
a teapot.
horizontal darts.
It's a teapot.
It looks like a teapot. I don't know what it's called.
Have you ever seen a black guy curl?
Hell no. If you do, call me. They're going to take his NAACP card away. What's wrong with these young kids? These your kids? There's something wrong with these young kids in here.
I know they are, right?
It wouldn't it be more fun, though, if Shaq funded an all-black curling team and then in like
nice.
2 Olympics,
Oh, hell yes. That would be awesome. You should do that as a joke.
you guys win it all and you take over curling?
That'd be really good.
So to this point, Flava Flav is sponsoring the women's water polo team because he heard that some of the women had to work multiple jobs and still try. I think you can do this with black people in curling.
Only if you're my partner, sir.
Okay.
I can't even bowl good. I can't even get the ball. I throw the ball halfway down before it hits the ground. Boom. And the people come on and say, don't do that, Mr. Wallace, don't do that. But I could curl, though. I probably could curl real good. Once I get down, I'm going to have to do all my curling because I can't get back up.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
I can't get back up.
Is it true you were really trying to run for Vegas mayor?
No, you know what? Let me tell you, I know you enjoy playing basketball, right? Let me tell you something. I'm the most blessed person you have ever met. And it's not how much money you make. It's how you enjoy your life while you're living, right? And that's what I love. And I thank God every day for what I do. 48 years. I wanted to be a comedian since 6 years old. So sometimes I choke up when I thank God because what I do, because all I do is lie. I just like to make up. And they pay you for it. I just love to lie because I grew up lying, and we all grew up lying. Just your parents lying to you. I'm not just talking about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. I'm just talking about how everybody lied to you in life.
I don't believe after 48 years you just gave up our secret. I'm the same way.
Is that right?
Yeah, like I just say stuff sometimes and people just go all through all crazy with it. But
Hey, anytime you say something stupid, like right now, somebody just told me it's raining outside. Duh. But I love her.
he said, duh.
Yeah, that's why you came inside, right? Yeah. So I think about anytime you say something stupid to me, it's just, I just love it. I love it. I love it.
You're in New York. Is that where you started doing stand-up originally?
I started doing school right here in Atlanta. I went to school here in Atlanta.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what, straight out of Linwood. It's called Linwood Park.
Okay.
It's out in DeKalb County. First black community in DeKalb County. I was in Lenox Square the first day it opened. No, Brookhaven, Buckhead. That's where I'm born and raised. And that's where I live now, too. I live in Stone Mountain. I'm kind of like you. I got a house in Stone Mountain, but I live in Buckhead. I'm kind of like you. It's kind of like, I didn't do no drugs, so I bought 17 properties.
That's me.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
And I want to be like you when I grow up.
You really?
I do.
I started to buy your some Krispy Kreme donuts here, but I thought that might not be nice.
Atlanta's changed just a little bit since you were growing up here, I can imagine.
Well, Adam, I'm going to go way back and tell you, you're not going to believe this. I rode the back of the bus.
Wow.
Yeah, I was here when the segregation was here.
Seriously?
But it was never a bad town. Black people and white people got along pretty well here. It's kind of like the movie Driving Miss Daisy. The Jews and the blacks started everything here, and we always got along. That's why they call it a city too busy to hate. Atlanta, it's a great city. Now, I love my hometown so much, I even tell people in my shows, because I love to travel, and I tell people, if you ever want to go to Africa, I can teach you how to get there. You call Delta Airlines, and they'll fly you to Atlanta. And you won't know the difference.
So, looking up stuff about you, seeing that you and Jerry Seinfeld were roommates.
You didn't get that joke?
Yes, there's a lot of black people in Atlanta.
He's a little slow. Yeah. I mean.
That was funny. You didn't think that was funny? Oh, I get it. Okay, you do. Okay, I see. Yeah.
Okay, you moved on.
Okay, got it.
He moved on. He wants to get to. What's your last name, Adam?
Lefko.
Lefko?
Yes.
Is that Jewish?
Yes, it is.
He wants to get to the Jewish joke. Go ahead, talk about Seinfeld. Go ahead.
Well, no.
You
made a comment about how
you're the only white one in here, right?
I know. I'm very. It's usually the situation that I'm in at family gatherings and everything.
Okay. So yes, Seinfeld.
No, you two are living together. Yeah. Was it a friendship born from the comedy clubs? How did this friendship start, or was it out of necessity where you're like, I need a place to live and he needs a place to live?
Well, we were at Catch a Rising Star in New York City, and we just started talking, and all of a sudden, I had a car. See, before comedy, I sold rags right out of college. I sold real rags, okay? I sold the chamois before they had a name.
Wow.
I sold real rags that the mechanics would, like old shirt. I sold some rags, look just like them pants you got on.
I believe it.
Not quite that bad, though. But listen. But I sold rags. I sold, when you go to the dentist, they used to use a white linen cloth napkin, but now they use a handy white with a plastic backing. Right. I sold that, and I sold a lot of things to the funeral home. So I sold real rags. Then I went to bus advertising. I ordered the advertising on the buses and everything at Times Square, the spectaculars at Times Square and the billboards. So I was making a lot of money. So back in 1972, out of college, out of the University of Akron, Ohio, that's where I went to college. And you know I'm LeBron James' daddy, real daddy. So
we were wondering.
University of Akron.
I haven't seen him show up. This is it.
Congratulations. You know, when you see him, you tell him you met his daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his mama used to hang out with my daughter in Akron, Ohio. That house, the girl right there, his mama used to hang out with her. But so I had a car, had a lot of money, working in advertising. Probably one of the only black executives in advertising.
Wow.
Maybe even today. So back in 1972, a little young guy like me, making $75,000 a year back then.
Wow.
And so I had a car. And if you had a car,
the world was
out of college, everybody wants to be your friend. But everybody wasn't my friend. But somehow Seinfeld and I got together, and next thing you know, I was starting to do comedy on the road, and so we were roommates for 13 years, and we're still best friends to this day.
It's beautiful.
I'm surprised he hasn't called me right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then when I found out that you were the best man at his wedding, I thought that had to be the greatest best man speech ever written. Like, did you treat that like a set, like a pay-per-view? Like, how did you approach that?
I think I did.
Because I bet you the whole audience is comedians.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people there, and it was on Christmas Day too. You know how stupid you got to be.
Wow, that's messed up. A Jew having their wedding on Christmas.
Jew had a wedding on Christmas, and I was with my family. I had to leave my family and fly to Atlanta on Christmas Day to go up there to marry his. That was just terrible. Even worse.
The food.
Shaq, even worse, right? It's true. He and his wife told me that out of all the friends, I'm the only one that did not get them a wedding gift. And I didn't get them a wedding gift. I did not. And they were complaining about it. And I said, wait a minute, hold it. Now, I don't know whether you're going to agree with me or not, Shaq, but I was living in Los Angeles at the time. I flew back, and that was $1,500 each way, first class, right? Then they stayed at a hotel called Four Seasons, and it was $500 a night back then for 6 nights. And I rented a tuxedo. I served as a best man. I served as an usher. And then I told him, you're looking at your damn gift. And then I told he and his wife, y'all need to come upstairs and unwrap it. So This is true. But if you're going to have a friend, now you're talking about being blessed.
Yes.
To have a friend, you might as well have the richest friend in comedy and show business. I'm doing really good.
Yeah.
This is a true story. We were walking down the street in Melrose one day, and I saw a sign to the fortune teller, Miss Mary or something like that. I said, let's go in here with this lady and let's talk to her. You know, comedians, we don't believe in them, right?
No.
So we went in there, and he says, I don't want to go. I said, you coming with me? You got to go because she already know we're coming, the psychic. So I said, she already know we're coming, so we got to go. So I went up there, and she looked at my palm, and she read my, she said, ooh, you're going to make a lot of money. That's what she said to me.
Beautiful.
And Jerry wasn't even hot at the time. I just looked at him and said, nah, 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 nah. So I was making more money than he at the time. And then I said, you go. He said, no, I don't want to go. And I pushed him over. And she looked at his hand, read his palm. She said, oh my God. Ooh. She said, I thought he was going to make a lot of money. You're really going to make a lot of money.
Man.
So she was really right on that. And I'm blessed to have the richest man in comedy as my best friend.
I have a confession. I've never watched a Seinfeld show.
Not a single episode?
Not a single episode.
Not a single clip?
No.
Wow.
You never what?
I've never watched Seinfeld.
You should be ashamed of yourself. I watched 2.
The ones you were in?
I only did 1.
Okay, so you
Because
watched one more than you were.
we separated business and friendship. Everyone do that. We had a friend named Shanling, Gary Shanling. He had a show, and he had to fire his best friend, but he never told him. And his best friend said, well, why didn't you tell me? And they broke up. They never asked, we can't do that.
That's dangerous.
That's why we keep business and
That show was incredible too, Gary
Yes, it was.
Show.
And he was a great friend of mine, Gary Shanling. And
What white shows, comedy shows have you watched?
Well, growing up, I used to watch Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley's and Little Rascals. Those were my only white shows. And what's that? What's that show?
Green Acres? Green Acres?
I used to every night.
That was Andy Griffin.
Leave It to
Andy
Beaver?
Griffin.
Andy
Yeah,
Griffin.
Andy
Yeah,
Griffin.
everybody watched that.
Yeah, I
Well,
watched
you know why he didn't watch the shows? I can tell you why he didn't watch.
would love to know why.
I didn't watch shows either. We both were working. He was playing basketball, and when these shows come out at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, we're working. I've been working every night since 1979.
Yeah, I guess that was early 90s, right when you got drafted.
Yeah, so I would, like you said, I would come home.
Have you watched an episode of Friends?
No, never.
No,
Okay.
we were working at them. Nobody
No,
like
I
you
haven't-
to sit around and ain't got
No, it's
nothing to
crazy.
do.
I was 6 years old.
I haven't even watched Martin.
You haven't watched Martin?
I've never. I may have watched one episode, but I've never watched like a full season.
I don't know Martin.
You never met Martin?
I met him once. I did a show one time, but I don't know him. Like hang out with him and
Right.
stuff like that. That's why I'm meeting you for the first time. This is great. This is
beautiful.
We were working, Adam. You don't understand. When you're working every night and you're dedicated and you're devoted to work, you don't get to see a lot of people. Come 8 o'clock, I know I'm on stage. I don't get to see a lot of Saturday Night Live, same thing. I know I'm working.
You have been, I feel like, is your brain always creating jokes? If you go on a flight, if you have a day of travel, at the end of the day, how many new concepts do you think you've come up with just experiencing all that human nature for one day?
Well, my ears are always open. You know, like somebody got on the plane the other day, people were together, and they showed their tickets, and the flight attendant says, you guys have separate seats. And I was just going, no Of course they do.
Not the same
One of my greatest jokes was I was on the plane one time, and the man stood next to me, he says, you going all the way? I said, I hope like hell I'm going all the way. And so at the airport, you see, you know, when the pilot says, okay, please remain in your seat until the plane comes to a complete stop. And I'm thinking, well, what other kind of stop is there?
Right, a rolling stop. You're going to throw me out the door?
It's when the plane stops, there's a complete stop, yeah. So anytime anybody says anything, I don't care what it is, I'm listening.
Yeah.
To make a joke about it. And that's just my job. Funerals, I don't care. Watching sports, listening to these guys.
Oh, man.
You can't help but to laugh to listen to these two comedians, right?
Candidly, I have filled in for Ernie a few times. And,
Really?
And there have been moments where Chuck and him are going back and forth, and I am sitting back laughing so hard, and the producer is in my ear being like, toss it to commercial. But I normally would be at home watching and laughing, and I would get upset, and so I would be like, No.
This is
and I would
funny.
let it go for like 30 seconds longer because
yeah.
I'm having such a good time and I forget. And then I go, okay, we got to go to break. And then I toss it. But it's perfect.
Well, you know why you're laughing? Because they're having fun too. Like,
And it's genuine.
How did he play the other night when he hit him with the chair? He says, what? You hit me too hard. You hit me too hard. he's crying. You hit me too hard with your chair, man. That's really fun when you know they're having fun. And laughter is contagious. You cannot.
I don't know if it's ever going to be replicable. What they have on that show, I don't think it can ever be copied.
Man, these guys are going to be working forever. They're going to be, they won't be at TNT, but they're going to be somewhere. They're going to be at ESPN or somewhere. They're going to be working,
Well,
So you've been doing this for 48 years. How do you navigate all the new comedy laws and the people being sensitive about jokes? Do you say, I'm going to just continue to do what I'm doing, or do you
First
have
of
to?
all, I don't cuss. Let's make that
You
perfect.
never cuss?
No, I never. I met a guy named Waka Flocka Flame.
Hold on, you never
sorry,
curse?
the way you said that was so good.
Waka Flocka Flame.
Like a flock of flame.
Waka,
Hold on, you never curse in your show, sir.
Didn't I just tell him I don't
Yeah,
curse?
he's a little slow. He needs things
He
repeated.
doesn't listen.
It's the right ear. The right ear.
But I use Waka Flocka. It's my cuss word, Waka Flocka. And it's not as bad, but it's close enough, Waka Flocka, you know.
It's really close. Yeah.
Waka Flocka.
So you met Waka Flocka.
Yeah, and he's from Atlanta. I don't like him now because, he's on the other side of the political spectrum. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so the hell with Waka Flocka, with that Waka Flocka. But that's my cousin. I can say it in church.
Oh, that's your curse word is Waka Flocka.
When the preacher walks up in the pulpit, I say things like, look at this Waka Flocka. So I just started cussing. I'm going to tell you the whole story. It was a bit I used to do. I just started cussing maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When Will at the Oscars, when Will Smith slapped
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is like my son,
Wow.
and that's when I started cussing. I didn't know what to say. I'm going because I was crying, and because I thought it was a prank, and I was so mad at Will because I love Will Smith. I don't love him today.
Yeah.
Unless he walk in this room, I'll be the first one over there bowing down to his head. But I was so
Waka
mad at him.
Flocka.
All I could do was just say I went off, and it went crazy on a Pierre show. Not just me being known as a Christian, everybody heard it. I just Will Smith. That's what I said. He made me so mad. I was saying all the Smith, Will Smith, his wife Jane, G.I. Joe, Jada, whatever her name was. I said all the Smith. His grandmama, Granny Smith, them all. I said them two little weird ass kids, Willow and Willette. Them. I just went on. I said all the Smith, the blacksmith, the locksmith, all the Smithsonian Institute, the movie. I said, come on. All the Smith, Emmett Smith of the Dallas Cowboys. I said, man, ESPN, what's his name? Stephen A. Smith. And then when comedians have to do research, right? So I went back and I did some research, and I found that Smith is the -- name in America.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, it is. And there's always somebody in my audience say, any Smithman here tonight? They go, yeah. I said, well, you too. Then I went off and I started cussing. Fuck, what's the name, Judge? What's the name up in Washington, D.C.? That white man, Clarence Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Clarence Thomas, yeah, that's one of the white people I hate. He and what's the other football player from Texas ran for Senator Georgia?
Oh.
How old are you, sir?
Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 88 years old.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Really?
Wait. I don't mean there's no disrespect. No.
You say, Shaq?
No, hold on. Let me finish.
That's not the age that I saw the internet. But okay. That was, he said, oh, okay.
88?
Yeah.
I wish you were my grandfather. You were funny.
I swear to God, you're not saying that. Let me tell you something.
I promise.
You cannot say
you,
that.
I promise, brother. I wish you was my grandpa. Me and you have so much freaking fun.
You're stupid. You know why? You know stupid. Stupid is a compliment now.
It
used to be when we were kids, stupid, you could get in a fight, but you call somebody stupid now. That's a compliment.
Well, that's stupid.
And I'm doing a thing on words now, like the word, you could get in a fight calling somebody, but do this for me. Next time you walk in the street somewhere, you see a lot of people just shout out as
See
loud
how
as
many
you
people
can.
turn around?
At least 3 or 4 people going,
You're right.
but you know what? You're not going to believe this. Here are 3 guys that I wish were my son. You, LeBron James, and the other guy born in Akron, Ohio. Also.
Step?
Steph Curry, yeah.
He was born in Akron?
Yes, they both were born in Akron.
I always think
You
of
need to
Charlotte.
do your research before you start talking to me.
I thought Stephen Curry. So what would be the best part about Shaq being your son?
Because most of all, he's kind of like me. You see this straight out of Linwood?
Yes.
He grew up like I grew up. Parents, keep your ass in line, respect, yes ma'am, yes sir, and his purpose on earth is to give back. Oh God, I try to do that all the time. I do little things, not like he does on a grand scale, but like at Christmas time, I'm at McDonald's and going through the drive-through, and I get my little whatever. And, it's surprising a little girl, to give her $100. And
Yes.
every paper boy on the street, I would buy all of the newspapers from this kid, because I used to be a paper boy. Sure. I love giving back, and that's what he does. So I like, LeBron does the same thing. I don't know about Steph, but I just love his personality, how he shoots that ball and just walk away with a smile. Yeah. But that's what I like about him. Entrepreneurship, my first degree was in transportation and business. He does all of that. And
I could tell, man, you were selling.
Huh?
The way that you talk, I can't imagine how well you were selling.
Man, I asked God.
You were probably the best salesman that they had ever seen.
I was a great salesman. I asked God to let me be the best in the world. And he said, well, Trump beat you on that one, son. Trump got you on that one.
I knew there was a punchline in there.
See, I'm a BSer. And that's why I know he's a BSer. All know each other. I mean, Shaq, we don't know each other. But we know each other.
Yeah.
That's why I know you can't pull that on me. We New Yorkers, we know. And I can't get into politics because that's, I guess we could talk about anything we want to, but I'm here to answer Shaq's question, anything. He has a piece of paper where he might have some questions for me.
Yeah, it's got your name on it, so it's very official.
Yeah, this one I don't understand it. So, is youth wasted on the young? I don't know what that means.
Is youth
wasted on the young? I think it was saying that when you're young and you have energy, you don't have knowledge. When you're older and you have wisdom, you don't have the youth anymore, that you could really enact change or do whatever.
True. That is true. You can't have the knowledge until you get older. There's a lot of things, Adam, you're still a young man, a lot of things you don't know, even though you think you know everything, but there's a lot of things you're going to learn. Once you get older, and most important thing to do is travel. And the most important thing is to try to learn to love people and laugh. There's 5 L's in my life. I love to live, I love to learn, I love to listen, I love to lie, and I love to laugh.
I thought you were going to say lie and then be like, exactly, there's only 4
Lie
L's.
should have been number 5. But that's thing. But when you learn a lot and you experience people, I've been all over the world and I know all different cultures. Well, enough cultures. But the knowledge of, I think you start knowing more when you start paying bills. When you start paying bills and you become independent, nobody can tell you what to do, and you have that responsibility. You have a responsibility to take care of your kids. You have a responsibility also. I grew up in Linwood Park to take care of your community. I grew up in a village where it was not only me. Oh my God! I think he knows. You grew up in where? You grew up in
Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And Newark. Oh damn! I just wrote a joke the other day. You know why so many black people live in Newark?
Wow.
Because back in the day, when they had the migration to the north, like in the 30s and the 40s, all of the black people were moving up north. Georgia, they went to because they were migrating up north from the fields and things like that. And they were on the train going to New York. And by the time they got to Washington, D.C., everything would change over. A new conductor would come on, and they would make the announcements on the train. And Philadelphia, Menlo Park. And the next stop would be Newark. And all the black people would say, did he say New York? He said New York.
Yes.
That's true. Got off the train.
Oh,
I believe it because I would take the train from Philly to New York, and when they would say Newark, I would always perk up.
Right? Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then realize, I believe you 100%.
Sure. And that's why black people don't swim a lot, because the river, the Hudson River, is only a quarter mile long. I mean, if we could swim, we'd get the hell out of Newark. But we can't swim, so you have to stay.
Do you enjoy the Olympics?
It's true, I'm making up. Go ahead.
No, it's true.
I have a question now for both of you, because you said both of you tell stories and both of you tell lies. Has there ever been a story or a lie that you've told that people believe so much that you've even forgotten that it was a lie to begin with?
The only lie I told, because, and you've heard the story, I don't know, George, you familiar with David Robinson?
David,
Robinson.
David Robinson, the basketball
for the
player for the
Spurs.
Yes, of
San Antonio
course.
Spurs.
So
He went to the Navy and all of that stuff. Yeah.
The Admiral.
So he was my favorite player. And he was really nice to me. And when I played against guys I liked, they would make me look bad, right? So I made up this story that, this didn't give me an autograph when I was 15. I'm going to kill him. So, I actually said that, and like they was like, Shaq don't like that. So then finally I made a confession like 20 years later that it was all a lie. But I had forgot all about that because I was at an All-Star game and he sat next to me and said, hey man, is it true that I really didn't give you an autograph? And I was like, what are you talking about? He said, you said the reason why you didn't like me because I was like, oh.
But for 20 years, people believe that.
Yeah, they did.
Because when you tell a lie, you have to, you
You got to believe it.
Well, it doesn't bother me if I tell a lie. Hell, I'll make up another lie. It don't bother me. I go, yeah.
Just compound it. Just compound it more and more.
I tell you what I do. Every night I'm on stage, I forget what I say because I lie so much and I talk to the people. I was talking about traveling. Where's the favorite place you ever been as you travel in the world?
I'll say Hawaii.
You're not gonna believe this. I was in Hawaii yesterday. I swear to God, I was on Kalakua. You know the main street right there?
Yeah.
I love it. Shaq, where have you been?
Croatia.
Croatia, you been there?
Yes.
I was in Croatia
Swear to
yesterday.
God. You're not gonna believe this. I was in Croatia yesterday. I'm not lying. I like to go to the best restaurants in the world, no matter where you're from.
Yeah.
And I can tell you the best restaurants in all the cities in the world. Then I'll talk to somebody from like Cleveland. I tell them the best, all the name of these big fancy restaurants from Cleveland. And McDonald's, that's about the best restaurant they got in Cleveland. I don't know why we still make jokes about Cleveland.
It does get a bad rap.
Well, I went to school there, like I said, Akron, Ohio. And they asked me the other day, Tom Joyner Group, J. Anthony Brown and Sybil, they was asking me if I were to leave the country, which country would I go to? I said, well, I have a choice. I can go to Canada. I love Vancouver, British Columbia. I was there this morning. I was at, I love Vancouver. I love Switzerland, Zurich, Switzerland, on the Bonhoefstrasse there. And if I were to leave the country, the third country I would go to and get away would probably be Cleveland.
That's where you'd go.
Ain't nobody gonna find you. You never hear, Shaq, as long as you've been living, you ever heard anybody say, let's have our family reunion in Cleveland? No.
That was one of the funniest things Joakim Noah, basketball player from the Bulls, ever said. They were in a playoff series, Bulls-Cleveland, and he said, you ever hear anybody say, I can't wait to take a vacation in Cleveland? I can't wait to go have a great week in Cleveland? Oh, man.
I don't know what it is with that city, but it's some good people there, I can tell you.
They are.
So I'm originally from the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
And both of those cities have like a complex where I think it's from Philadelphia because they're close to New York and DC, and Cleveland because of jokes like this, where they get very antsy that you're going to take them down a notch, that they're a better city than you think.
Philadelphia is a tough city if that's where you're from. I mean, I've never seen people can be as mean as the Philadelphia fans if you were to go to the stadiums there. And they did some stupid stuff there at the old stadium. I went to see my brother play with the 49ers. They played the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
And these people they had to go to the bathroom so bad, they would not wait in the men's room. They would pee against the wall. I'm going, these people are stupid here.
That was my cousin.
That was your cousin?
Yeah, Tommy the Pisser.
Because I was looking at you real hard. I know you from somewhere.
Here, hold on.
No. I thought you were going to take your pants off. Don't do that.
I won't sell the joke that hard.
So, Mr. Wallace, how many children do you have? Because I see you brought your young 20-year-old.
4. That's my youngest daughter. And I like the Bernie Mac situation. My sister had the kids, but I kind of fathered them. And they've been with me since they grew up. That's all they know.
That's awesome.
I did something last year that I hope everybody can do. None of them had ever been out of the country. So I made all of them get a passport. I said, you never know when I'm going to call. So what I did one day, and it's about September, I said, you got your passport? They said, yeah. It says, meet me at Kennedy Airport. I paid for the tickets out of Atlanta, out of New York, out of Ohio.
Yeah.
And I sent them to Kennedy Airport, and it says, come to this room. We're going on a cruise. And I bring clothes for the winter because the boat's going everywhere. And when they got there, they had no idea. I brought them up to the lounge where most people don't get to go executive lounge, where we have our own personal chef and things like that.
Yeah.
And then as we were leaving, I told them to ask the receptionist where were they going. They didn't. They said, we don't know. They said, you don't know where you're going? And they were at Virgin Atlantic. And he said, well, what does Virgin Atlantic fly to? And they didn't know that either. So he says, congratulations, you're going to London, England. They start crying. Because I wanted to surprise them with the importance of travel. And every third day I would tell them, tomorrow morning, ready to go at 8 o'clock. And they'd be downstairs, the car would pick us up and take us to, I said, we're going to go to Munich, Germany. At the, and we'd go to the train station in London. We're going to go to Munich. And they get there and they says, this doesn't say Munich, that train says Paris. They
So you're just keeping them on their toes.
Just kept lying. Every 3 days, in 3 days, get your stuff ready to go. And the next day, we were going somewhere else. In any case, they didn't know where they were going till they were waiting for us at the airport till they got to the plane at Barcelona, Spain. So I think it's important that all the young people that are listening, the most important thing you can do in life is to travel and learn other people. And I just love traveling.
I love that you love lying and your truth is so beautiful.
It's
Well,
not
thank you
lying.
very much.
We're not lying.
You're storytellers.
No, we're just reading a room and just,
Creating an atmosphere.
Yes, creating an atmosphere. That's why when you turn that TV on and you see them, I know I'm going to have some fun.
Have you been to Africa?
Yes, I have.
Which countries have you been to?
I only went to South Africa. I have to go back over there. I may be wrong for saying this, but I'm not interested in seeing a lion and a tiger run after my ass. I don't want to go, what do you call it, to the safari?
I feel the same way. Yeah, like
You like that?
I do.
You've
like
been to different parts of Africa.
I've never been to Africa.
Okay, I was asking
I've never been
because-
to Africa.
So my wife is Nigerian.
Okay.
And in December, we are going to her family's village in Nigeria.
Really?
Can I send 2 people with you?
They have security.
No, I ain't talking about security. I want to send them with you so to record everything.
Oh, you want to see it?
Mr. Wild, I can say no. Look at the white man. Look at the white man.
My
right
wife
there.
has already warned me that I shouldn't tip because they're going to take it as weakness
Oh, really?
that I'm tipping and that I'm a fool.
Didn't I just tell your wife, can I call your wife and tell them just bring y'all to Atlanta? Same difference.
Yeah, I don't have to go all the way to Nigeria.
There's
Just
so
come
many
down here.
black people in Atlanta, she won't even know the difference.
I was going to ask you guys what I
Are
was.
you nervous?
I have no idea what to expect.
Okay, you said village. Like, I don't.
We're flying into Abuja, which is a kind of a major city, not Lagos. And then we're taking a smaller flight to like the villages that her parents grew up in, that they have like generators operating. I'm not going to be able to get there's no corner store or anything like that.
No 7-Eleven?
Nothing.
I'm going to ask a question, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So, excuse me if the vocabulary is not the same. You're going to have to wear a dashiki?
No.
Okay.
No. But I did find out yesterday that they're planning like a surprise wedding for us. We got married like 3 years ago. They wanted to have it there though.
So are you going to wear the natural?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah, you have to wear that.
Yes. 100%.
I attended a wedding in South Africa.
Brother
It's a big
Adam,
party.
how are you, brother? What are you doing, brother?
It's a big party. You're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of food.
I can't. It's gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, but
I got like an 8-month-old son, so he's gonna be there.
8-month-old son?
He'll be a year at that point. Yeah.
Okay. So you're the one with the baby crying on the airplane and stuff.
That's me. No, my baby's good on
The
airplanes.
hell, your baby just like all the other babies. You think your baby ain't going to cry on that plane?
He doesn't. Because my baby has this weird thing where if I do the alphabet to him, he just freezes. Like if I go A, B, C.
Everybody brag. Y'all need to stop bragging on your kids too. I'm sick and
What
tired.
should I do? Tell the truth? His pants. Kid's an idiot.
Listen to me. That's my story. My friend of mine, I was best man at his wedding. His name is Ron Pearson, and he just brags. My daughter's 2 years old. She knows all her different colors. She knows how to count money. She knows everything. She know. I said, but she's still her pants. She stopped her pants. You come and tell me. But people be bragging on it.
Still drooling all over
You're right.
himself. What's in his pants right now? Oh, guess the thing. You brag about your kid, and then at the dinner table, he looks at you and he goes, and you're like, man, you dumb.
Kelly, I just told myself, I hope you don't take it the wrong way. I wish you was my grandfather. I promise I do. Man,
That's just calling me an old man.
That's what I was
can't be
worried
your.
about.
that's why I asked you how old you are, and you know the times match up. You're 80, I'm 52.
But you know I was lying. Look, you know I was lying, right?
Oh, how old are you?
Damn, he didn't even stop.
I know.
Listen, he didn't even question me. You ought to be ashamed. You think I'm 88 years old? You didn't take them damn glasses off. That's what's wrong with you. You look at me like, oh, he 88. You think an 88-year-old man?
He turned 72 about a week and a half ago.
Okay, so You couldn't have been my grandpa, but you
you
could
know,
have been
that's
my
not a
OG or something.
That could be a lie too.
But I would love to have him in my family because I know his family is just like mine. We like to get together. We like to eat.
Yes.
And I don't know whether we just like to have
They
fun.
might eat more than you guys.
Everybody in our family likes to have fun. My uncles, they get together. And I can sit around and listen to those old people talk trash, you know. I got an Uncle Bo will ask you a question and answer it at the same time. And I pay attention to stuff like that. His name was Uncle Bo. He will ask you a question and answer this. How y'all get up here walk? And I would pay attention to stuff like that. What you kids doing home? Ain't no school today? Why it's so hot in here? Y'all got the heat on? And he was saying, was y'all laughing at something funny? He would do that all the time. And he was, you know, the uncles, Shaq, can't your uncles do some talking?
Yeah,
He used to lie about baseball. He said, he was so good at baseball. He said, the Braves, these boys suck. I can't, because that's when the Braves were not good.
Right.
And he would say, tell my wife, Ruby, she'll tell you, when I was playing baseball, I was a hind catcher, a backstopper. That's what they call it, a hind catcher, right? He said, when that boy, ask my wife, Ruby, when that ball was still first base down to second, I wouldn't throw that ball down there. I'd run down there and tag his out. That's my wife, Ruby. You ain't did a damn thing, Bo. Ain't nobody ask you a damn thing. But he would just make up lies like that. Just really good. Just
You know what I just realized? We've had a lot of young and they're social media comedians that have been on this show.
Yeah.
And what's so interesting is you are you're a Hall of Fame comedian. You study the way people talk, the language they use, and you talking about your uncle made him and me both feel our uncles, right?
Yes.
And the younger social media comedians, they put on the outfit and they reenact the uncle.
Yeah.
And I think now we're in more of like a show where we reenact, where you can paint the picture with your words. And I'm just seeing the similarities between the two, but it is an art form. The way that you made me feel your uncle, right?
Well, the way you do that is because I did radio with Tom Joyner for so long. When you tell a joke on radio, you can't tell the whole joke, so you got to make a picture of it immediately, you know, and you got to get that out, and they still see what you're talking about. What's going on in the world today? You just got to make it. It's got to be quick.
Before we let you go, can you do me a personal favor?
Before I go, what? Can I give you what?
Can you do me a personal favor?
Yes.
I need Charles Barkley is so fat, 5 jokes in a row.
Charles Barkley is so fat. The other day he went down to the beach. We couldn't see the ocean. Charles Barkley is so fat. The other day he got on the elevator. Oh, it's going down. Charles going to kill me. You know we have dinner.
Forget Charles.
Oh, boy. And we do all these jokes. You know?
Oh, I want more.
You did what you got?
give me-
His mother, mama got, what is it? Charles Barkley so fat the other day he got on a bus, and when he got off was a lowrider. Charles Barkley's so stupid. The other day he was walking by the YMCA. He looked at everybody and said, look, somebody spelled Macy's wrong. You tell Charles Barkley I said that. He talk about my mama too.
You do?
Yes, he talk about my mama.
All right, so when is your next show in Vegas?
My next show in Vegas, I don't know. I'm going to go back. I was there for 15 years. Now I'm on holiday. I'm leaving here today, and this may be. I'm on my way to France to the Olympics.
Wow.
And I've been to 5 Olympics, and I'm going to check this one out in Paris.
What events are you excited to see?
I'm going to see the floor exercises and
Some Simone Biles.
Oh, is she good at what? She was on
Incredible.
TV the other day with
Got up and nailed everything.
Got up and nailed it, right?
Yeah.
That is so cool. I want to see some track and field. I don't want to see no equestrian. What you call that thing with the horses?
Yeah, I don't want to see it either.
The hell, why should they get a prize, a gold medal? The horse doing all the damn work. The horse going, they don't need that damn drive, what do you call the person riding the back? They don't
Jockey.
Need jockey. They don't need no damn jockey on them. The horse jumping over the thing, running through that water and stuff. The horse should be able to get a prize at the end. Like, the horse should, if you win, you get to another horse, opposite sex. You get to spend the night with them or something like that.
Little mating.
Makes them more,
Yeah.
That's-
I'm excited for you to get to go to the Olympics. Your fifth
I've
one.
been to 5, and the best one was I went to Barcelona,
92.
Los Angeles. You went to Barcelona?
No, but the way you say it, that's how I know you actually went. I feel like everyone that's been to Barcelona comes back saying Barcelona.
You know, the king of Spain had a lift. And so all of the S sounds are pronounced with the TH. Barcelona.
See, that feels like a lie.
Ibiza, yeah.
Yeah.
That feels like a lie.
That felt like a lie.
I don't have to lie to you. You ain't nobody. I just met you today. Why the hell I got to lie to you?
Yeah.
I always like to end my conversation with your punk. Listen to me. I'm telling too many jokes, but I'm still excited because I'm here with this man right
incredible.
Here. And I would love to be your grandfather.
Thank you.
I ain't got no money.
Don't ask for anything.
Me either.
See, grandfather's always supposed to give the grandkids a little something.
Yeah, here's $20. Here's
Yeah, so cool.
What were grandpas giving kids when you were a kid?
My grandfather, Grandpa Buster, down in Albany, Georgia, he would give us a quarter every time he saw us. Now, we're talking back in the 50s, okay? Now, you would be surprised what
A quarter.
would do back then. I could buy a bag of chips and some cookies, and I still have 15 cents left. I went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle the other day, L.A.,
Yeah.
3 wings, 1 egg, and grits, $22. And I got money, but I got them walked out.
Did you really?
I can't pay that much money for this stuff. I was at the airport, a bag of M&Ms was $3.79. When I was a kid, that was a dime bag.
Different kind of dime bag.
I'm just too mean sometimes. Certain things I don't, what it costs back, and that's what I'm used to paying for.
Yeah.
But things are getting so high now.
You'd hate me. I'm in New York, so I literally pay someone to go shop for my groceries for me.
You do?
Yeah.
That's white people right there. You see,
It
that's what
is.
white people do.
And
I have to go to the grocery store and get my own sandwich spread, Kraft sandwich spread.
Don't understand that. So you think that you picked out the right Kraft sandwich spread that you were the only one that was going to find that perfect spread?
I feel as though I have accomplished something by me getting my fruit or my Tropicana oranges or my Entenmann donuts. You spoke of New York,
Entenmann's. Oh, I love Entenmann's.
Love them.
Cheese Danish rolls.
That's
How have you not become an owner of Entenmann's yet?
I'm working on that.
Oh,
For real?
Yes. I've been.
all you got to do is put some chocolate on those Krispy Kreme donuts. The same thing.
Nah, Entenmann's is, I love Entenmann's. Put them cheese Danish rolls.
That is some northeastern.
That's another thing Seinfeld and I had a pleasure to do. We loved our Entenmann donuts and our Tropicana orange juice. We thought we were eating healthy back there, like just to have a snack.
Yeah.
In the mornings, have the Entenmann chocolate donuts and the orange juice. That Entenmann is
Meanwhile, you were getting a sugar rush
Yeah, I had that today.
in Croatia.
Right here in Atlanta. No,
In Hawaii.
in Hawaii.
This has been beyond an honor. You're the best.
Yes,
And
we
you're
love
so
you.
much fun. And it's amazing to meet Shaq's grandfather in person. This has been a blast.
Finally.
And if you ever need anything from me, I'm there, brother.
Did you hear that?
I did.
That's amazing. And if you ever need anything from me, on your tours, on your whatever, on your comedy tours, I never did his comedy tour.
You never did it?
No, you asked me to do it one time, but you didn't have enough money. I said, the hell with that.
That was good.
But I love working with all of the comedians, and all of us work together. And I really appreciate this. This is really nice.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Would you like people to follow you or check something out on the
If you
internet?
want to follow me, you can always follow me on Twitter. I was nominated one of the top 25 funniest tweeters on X by the Rolling Stone magazine. And I'm just enjoying life. And like I said, I love doing comedy and stand-up. And I've done it all over the world. And I just want people to continue to enjoy life. And my name is George Wallace, and I love you. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Give it up for George, everybody.